What is going on to all you 700,000 subscribers who are devastatingly good looking? It's great to have you here. I'm gonna be the exact same guy when this channel ends up hitting 1 million subscribers or 2 million subscribers, because I just don't have a heavy appetite for bullshit, and I respect who I am and y'all's time way too much to ever change for ratings or anything like that. So we're gonna have fun. This channel right here is for survivors. Survivors of the wooden spoon, survivors of the belt, okay? Survivors of drinking water straight out of the garden hose. If that's you, welcome home. I think you're gonna like it here. Y'all know one of the best feelings in the entire world to me? One of the best feelings to me ever is when I see somebody on the left and there's a clip from them and all of a sudden they're talking and they're going on and on and on, and I'm listening and there's actually something I agree with. It's one of those moments, right? It's something called decency. It's a mind game, and all of a sudden you're like, oh damn, wait, did we just agree? I'm like, can that happen? Can you check in the back if that's allowed to happen? Look, this may surprise y'all a whole lot, but I don't want to go down in history as just necessarily being a champion for the right or soldier for the conservative cause. Hell, I want to be a soldier for common sense. Sure, people on the right are gonna agree with pretty much everything I say, and people on the left, they've already got me labeled. But my goal is that through common sense, there's gonna be a whole lot of times when even liberals will come on here and listen to something and that they can believe in and they can understand and say, okay, that's not a political stance, that's just a common sense stance. I love when that happens. Over the past year, Bill Maher has been on quite a serious roll, hadn't he? He's a lifetime liberal. He and I would most certainly do almost everything different if we were able to ever hold public office, which I never will. But yet I still am enjoying like hell watching all of his clips, and I'm asking myself, why is this? I don't look at this guy and say just because you're on that side or this side of the aisle, you're an absolute loser and everything you have to say is garbage. That's a horrible approach for life, and I think that you're gonna end up being pretty miserable if you take that approach. But what I think is there's an obvious hunger for common sense, especially right now in this country. We're so polarized that if you're on the left, you can find a whole bunch of left-wing sponsors to pander to nonstop. If you're on the right, you can find a whole bunch of right-wing people to fund your movement. But for anybody who just holds to common sense, if there's absolutely nothing in it for them but painting that picture right there, that's when all of a sudden you've got my attention, because I know there's nothing benefiting you on either side, nobody paying you, it's just what you truly believe. Y'all know why we're so tired all the time? It's because we've become what we hate. We've become lobbyists, I think. Happens to the best of us. In the past year, Bill Maher has done something very, very interesting, which is, while he remains a Democrat, he is calling out the lunacy of the far progressive lefts that are ruining this country. It's the same lunacy that I call out on a daily basis. And I respect that immensely. He could just shut up, he could go along with the agenda, he could do all that kind of stuff, but he's not. And I really, really respect a man who goes off script. Seeing someone like Bill Maher say, hey, everybody on the left over here, looting is still wrong, abolishing the police is still insane, shutting down the entire economy has absolutely killed us. I'm like, thank you, Bill. People are starting to finally ignore their party's official manuscript and what it tells them to do, and they're starting to think for themselves, and it's beautiful. I find myself doing the same exact thing on the right, y'all. I mean, some Republicans want to send $54 billion in aid over to the Ukraine when we can't even get baby formula here or fill up our gas tanks or our groceries. It's absolutely insane. We need $54 billion right here. I think we're finally getting that beautiful look at common sense over party in some situations. Look, when corporations start backing agendas and the sponsors are behind the podium, hovering over them like a little vulture, I automatically tell myself absolutely nothing that's being said here matters whatsoever. And I'm tuned out. I ain't even listening. But when somebody expresses a belief where they stand to gain absolutely nothing, it just comes from the heart, whether I agree with it or not, you've earned my respect. You've earned my attention. I'll fight you tooth and nail on it. I'm gonna give you hell about it, but at the end of the day, I'll buy you a beer, put my arm around your shoulder and just say, hell, whatever. Just go ahead and keep seeing it that way. I'll keep on seeing it my way, because that's how adults work. I just watched rewatched the JFK-Nixon 1960 presidential debates. Go ahead and check that out. It will show you how adults can civilly disagree with each other. It's a beautiful thing. It actually can happen. It actually used to happen. Don't happen no more. The Democrats are gonna get their asses handed to them in November because they have decided to embrace mental illness. We've talked about this. They knew it was wrong, but they went along with the wokes because it was popular for a minute and they drank the poison. So Bill, thank you for thinking independently. Thank you for allowing your side and my side to civilly disagree, because it really gives me hope. If y'all watched The West Wing back in the day with Martin Sheen, AKA President Bartlett, I say all the time, if that man actually existed, if he was not a fictional character, if he ran today as a Democrat, he'd be unstoppable. It's scary. But even he would be way too conservative for today's woke ideology. So let's bring it on home here, okay? Let's stop making 100% of life political, because it ain't. I swear some people would actually sit and ponder, is ketchup and mustard Republican or Democrat? Who the hell cares? Just put it on your hot dog and go watch the ball game. Have a good time. Y'all be sure to subscribe, and subscribers, make sure that you are still subscribed. Sometimes it gets unchecked. We don't know how it happens, but you might want to check it out. A couple of y'all will be surprised. God bless y'all. Appreciate you watching.